Alright, hello, welcome everybody. It is Wednesday, and Wednesday turns over a new leaf. Finished Builders, and we're on to Dragon Quest II HD-2D. We've been playing around in Dragon Quest I for the last few months now, between 1 and Builders, and now we get to move on to a game I'm really excited to see what has been done with. Two has a lot of room to wiggle, 2 has a lot of room to grow, and 1 HD-2D showed a lot of updates that, you know, stuff with sigils, stuff with skill scrolls, stuff with system level bits, that I think will be really exciting to explore here. So, let's go ahead and pull up. We have finished Dragon Quest 1. Oh, this is nice. I like the snowy roan here as our motif. But yeah, we've talked about Dragon Quest 2 and looked at other versions of Dragon Quest 2 in the past. As far as its release on the NES and with 1 and 2 and a lot of collections on the SNES, on the Game Boy, the ones we ended up playing through and showing off in that original playthrough. If you want to check that out, that's on the VOD. If you are familiar with 2, the eagle-eyed among you might notice a 4th character here when you have a party of 3 in Dragon Quest 2. You have many years have passed since Elfgard was saved by the hero's hand, or being the same title as his storied forebear. Now there thrive 3 new kingdoms founded by this latest Erdrick and his Scions. Yet 2 thrives darkness, sudden invasion of malice monsters plunging the world in the shadow once again. All that stands between the forces of evil and the wicked ambition of a young band of princes and princesses of Erdrick's line. Our original trio, the Prince of Midenhall, the Prince of Cannock, and the Princess of Moonbrook here, with a 4th. So we'll see where she fits in, of course, along with any other shifts and changes we have among 2. But yeah, we're not going to be taking a look at like manuals and other versions and such here, because those were already covered in the original playthrough of 2. Goodness, like 3 years ago at this point? We've been going for a while. There's like, they've made a few of these games, you know? Let us venture forth. Well, I know my name. But yeah, I'm excited to see the squad. I'm excited most especially. I've talked about system level changes and such. Honest to goodness, the thing I'm most excited for is character. Like, we had so much additional stuff for Gwaelin and new cast members and such. So. Yeah, Slio 2 is here. Nah, I'm good for that. We'll keep this on. I love our difference between Dragon, and Draconic. We'll just keep this on Dragon Quest. The exciting piece to me is not going to be the hurdles of the difficulty, though those will come, I'm certain, but rather the journey itself. Alright. So will we start in Moonbrook?
Once upon a time, a young hero, descended from the legendary warrior Erdrick, defeated the dreaded Dragon Lord and restored peace and light to the world. done so, he set off on a journey with his new bride, and together they founded a kingdom of their own. This kingdom came to be ruled by their children, and by their children after them. Under the enlightened rule of the Scions of Erdrick, the nation grew ever greater and more prosperous. As the years passed, other adventurous Scions forged forth into the unknown, founding new kingdoms in their ancestors' image. Thus came there to be 3 nations ruled by those descended of the hero and his maiden.
I like the style
The first
of those.
and oldest of the 3 was the kingdom of Midenhall, named after the castle built by the hero and his bride.
Oh, my beautiful boy.
Thou wilt grow into a fine leader of the land. Of this I am certain.
After Midenhall was founded the kingdom of Cannock, a nation nestled betwixt misty mountains and lush forests.
Look, husband, he possesseth thy steely gaze.
A handsome devil, to be sure. Now, what name might befit one so dashing?
Oh, we gotta name our other, our other cast members. That's fun. This is already a lot more than any other version of 2 that we've looked at. The most that we've had has been, in previous versions, an opening scene in Moonbrook, where Moonbrook is under attack, and a soldier leaves and arrives in Midenhall. Caradoc. Let's just have you on Kara. Sure. So, my idea here on these is that if I take a look at holding in my hand my copy of Dragon Warrior 1+2 on the GBA that I'm gonna... And maybe you can hold on, I gotta... There we go. But like, on the GBA and older versions, we have our 4-character limit, right? So if I pull up... You can probably hear this, right? But yeah, if I pull up this, we've got Slio, I think, yeah, Carl, and Fran were the ones on that. And I remember on our other one, it was... God, was it... Kane and... Anyway, we'll go with... Shorten this to Kara. For Caradoc. Is the idea. Just Carl. We could go with Carl. That is a... You say that aloud, and I said that from my GBA version. Yeah, now that we've said that aloud. Carl for Caradoc. It's still close enough that it fits. I'm there for it. Carl.
It is perfect, is it not?
The very height of perfection, my dear. A mighty name for a yet mightier heir.
Can't have a rank plus 0 more than 4 letters. That's just how it works.
Lastly came the kingdom of Moonbrook, founded by a spell-casting scion to whom weavers of magic flocked from the world over.
Dear, Supposest thee the princes of Midenhall and Cannock might deign to play with our daughter when the three are older?
I doubt not, but they shall forge a fellowship most firm, as I did with my cousins the kings. But first, she will need a name that befitteth her station. And, after great pondering, I believe I have happened upon just that. Come, lend me thine ear.
What an incredible, like, the spell casting, like, orb pondering king. Paranel. Caradoc Paranel. How do we make Pearl? Pearl. Probably Pearl. Pearl or Perry? Paranel. Look, the Wizard King of Moonbrook. Yeah, Perry, I think, works for Paranel here. Also, that doesn't, like, match a Carl Peril. Like, we don't have two overlaps like that. So we have Perry and Carl. Like, yeah, they share the A letter, but not a sound. So, Perry.
Yes, it is lovely. And her future will be bright. I swear it.
Yeah, this is a lot more than our other opening, which makes sense.
Did the legendary line continue into another generation? Some years later.
Ooh. Practicing swooshing.
Thou art grown most formidable. Thine ancestors' blood runneth strong in thy veins.
Oh, please, Father. Thou knowest full well mine abilities pale in comparison to thine. Thou hast mastered all manner of spells, of which I as yet know naught.
'Tis true, I was once a caster of no little renown, though now...
Father!
Alas, some matters are beyond even the purview of magic.
Come, Father. Let us repair to thy chamber.
I'm glad we're all voiced.
What now?
By the goddess! Guards! Assemble!
Majesty, I bring great tidings! Lookouts report an army of fiends upon the horizon. They draw ever closer.
Curse thee, Hargon!
Hargon?
Oh, we have like a full town and castle for Moonbrook. Look at the court here. And all the ancient artifacts.
Muster the castle guard! Keep them out! I too will make...
Father!
Sire!
Care not for this old fool. Go to thy captain. Tell him...
I fear it is too late!
Oh.
No! No!
Begone, fiends!
Father! What is happening? What will become of us?
still thy heart, thou shalt escape this place.
I'd recognize those ugly mugs anywhere. It's the king and his darling daughter. Lord Hargon was clear in his instructions. Let no one live.
Just as I feared. But wherefore now? It mattereth not. Moonbrook will not fall today. They knew our faces. Then I have no choice. This way, my child.
Yeah, you don't get to be the Wizard King.
I do not understand.
Listen to me. Thou hast thy mother's beauty and her wisdom. Thou wert ever our pride and our joy. Since the day of thy birth, everything I have done for thee. I would trade 1,000 lives to live this one with thee anew.
Thou speakest as if this is the last time we shall be together. I shall never leave thy side.
Come. This is my kingdom, and I refuse to relinquish it without a fight!
Squee! There he is! He may be old, but he knows a spell or two. Don't bite off more than you can chew.
Wherefore do you tarry so? Do not tell me you have had a change of heart. Today, you battled the bloodline of Erdrick. Ah!
Must warn Midenhall.
There thou art, beloved son. Though thou seemst mightily vexed, didst thou dream ill-omened dreams, perchance?
Okay, now I finally have a chance to... Yeah, Wizard King doesn't become the Wizard King for nothing, you know? That's a nice extension on our opening. In basically every other version of 2, we don't have dialogue lines for our cast, really. We have nothing to start with for them. We have little bits that we're told about them from other characters, but that's about it. So getting Perry talking to her father there and our introduction to the attack scene kind of plays out the same, though the HD-2D look of it, I think, looks really good for the distinction between Moonbrook and destroyed Moonbrook. So...
Our dreams are the mirror of our souls, my boy. If ever aught should trouble thee, thou must needs share it. Thus is a problem halved, as the saying goes. But enough of such talk. Today is a day like any other, and thou must needs be about thy duties. Pray, go into the streets of the city and walk amongst thy people. Speak to them of their hopes and fears, that thou might one day rule wisely over them. And thence to the practice ground, that thy sword might one day suffice to protect them. For thou art mine heir, but thou art also heir to mighty Erdrick, hero of legend, and thus is thy duty twofold. Thou must needs be king and hero both. 'Tis no easy path, but I trust that thou wilt tread it well.
Must needs.
Pray, stop by to see the item seller this day, Highness. Tidings oft travel fastest among those who cross the land in search of profit. There is much to be learned from such people, and thence to the captain of the guard, and learn that of the sword which he might see fit to teach thee.
I wonder if Slio will be voiced. If we're the lead, we might not be. It might just be Carl and Perry who are. But, like... it is fun, especially here in our early Dragon Quest titles, to have the, like... We talk a lot about monarchy in Dragon Quest II, and I think this is our game... 2 and 3, kind of, are our games that have our ideals of what the monarch looks like. Alright, yep, we got our commit to memory by hitting start. Okay. So, starting with Slio here. Slio in Dragon Quest II did not have any spells at all. Slio had a sword, and that was your move. That has definitely updated here with our addition of combat skills, giving us something to give for Slio. We've got our beast hit, we've got our airborne hit, we've got our fast strike. No spells at all, but that's fitting. We are not the spell weaving scion, so. Yeah, we have 10 MP, which these cost 3 and 7, so that's actually pretty expensive. Makes sense. Again, like, originally Slio had no skills, so like having these expensive but possible ones is an upgrade. We also have a beautiful castle here in Midenhall. I love the reflective floor. Like, especially being able to see the chandelier that we can't see, like right there in that, like kind of to my left. Like, we can't see that chandelier, but it is there. But yeah. A very ballroom. I'm excited to see what is expanded in these titles. I'm gonna say that a lot, because it's really the biggest thing for me. Oh no, my brother. Oh no. I also really love Slio 2's like design, having the like protagonist goggles and like a leather hat. We're a very like unassuming hero, you know? Like, we're not outfitted in Erdrick's armor and a cool helm. We have a shield with the hero's sigil on it, but... Must needs. Don't make a drinking game out of the must needs. You're gonna. I'm sorry. Oh boy. Slio's delighted to see as handsome as ever. One thing we're gonna have here is that, yeah, the Prince of Cannock is our in-betweener. But yeah, the existence of, like, spell scrolls and other really strong goodies means that we have to be very diligent in our looking around. We'll take that teleporter later. We have to talk to everybody. Ooh, look at how delicious our... even a 50th. Slio doesn't eat much. Here we got a mighty Midenhall swordsmanship. Yeah, someone mentioned Gawain is our default name for Slio 2 here, which I guess is our going down the line from Gwaelin directly. So Midenhall values the swordsmanship and keeps that part of the line. Ah, feathered cap. That's not equipable by us. Remember, the red book means that the shells are touchable. Yeah, every royal is gonna learn how to use a sword in this family. This peace is what all warriors strive for. Fassif. Do not forget Fassif. Alright. But no, I was saying in our intro, I really like the sort of sketched history pieces when we're talking about, like, you know, Slio, the hero of one, defeating the Dragon Lord or founding a new kingdom. And it makes it like, it's like this aged bit of like, ah, yeah, hundreds of years ago. I'm gonna go talk to more people. Me talk to everybody twice? I love talking to people. It's my favorite piece of this. All right, we've got. My husband wants to be more like Gwaelin, but like. Do you know who Gwaelin was? Like, Ooh, oh, I'm gonna have to decide about Slio snacks in this game because they can't all go to Slio. As I mentioned earlier, Slio is not a spellcaster. A wisdom stat will do nothing. MP, though. MP will do a lot, actually. We only have 10 of that, so that's a restricted stat for us right now. The rogue elements. Ooh, look at these nice. Okay. There's even a cool chest in there. Okay. Tussle-headed prince. Carl cookies. Bum bum bum. I like both with Moonbrook and with what we've seen in Midenhall, like the way that these have been expanded and like just the look and feel of them. Like this is still basically the same place as Midenhall in 2. You have your item, like your one shop out there, and you're in like one building, but like it feels more full. Hold on, I have to. Nah, we're not going through those right now. Those will come up when they come up. Alright. Ark. Borf. Bjork. Speak of silence, yet we'll never shut the hell up. But in here, a bump, 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 bump. These can be traded for all signs of wonderful prize with a certain someone maximally mad about massing mini medals. Yeah, last week was the end of Builders, and today is the beginning of 2. I think I should have the Builders one up in a day or 2 on YouTube, and it's on Twitch as well, but the YouTube VOD will be up pretty shortly. I think I'm around a week behind on things. Archery range. Got a lot of construction going on here. Both of these are new buildings. Well. Okay, more Slio snack. I can tell thee, but once old, the tale cannot be untold. Yeah, spill the beans. I just want to be damp. I gotta be damp. I love the dampness. Once you know, you cannot unknow. Well. Also, our buddy here has a strong chest. We'll have to keep in mind for the long future. Now we will always know. Staying damp. Life is much better. That's true, they do say that, down where it's wetter. We are finding... That's 3 Slio snacks in the first, like, 10 minutes of me having active movement. Staying at the end is not a cure for death. This must be our... I see. Yeah. Same. Look, if you have 999 cat suits, I don't know what to tell you. You can't fit the 1000th cat suit. If you have 999 cat suits, you just don't have space for the 1000th. That's too many. Anyway, this is Cat Slio. Cat Slio's here. We have really nice diagonal Slios. Like with the last time, I'm not gonna keep this on because it is... I want to keep to the curve of the game. But I like that, yeah, Catboy Slio is here and real. Y'all have to remember that. Alright, west to left wind. So the map is going to be familiar to those who watched Caravan Heart. Caravan Heart was set in our Dragon Quest 2 world, so we're going to be using a lot of, much like Catboy Agate and True. Alright, let's talk to... Nothing new here. We'll pick up a Chimera Wing and we'll pick up a couple antidotes. Prince Charmless? Rude boy, oh no. Thou saucy rogue. So yeah, it seems our Slio has a bit of a reputation as one who practices his swordcraft and also keeps talks with everyone in town. But, you know, you're right. The power of casting Fist is well known to this prince. All right. We can have Catsuit on for a little while. Just a little bit. Yeah, loading screen. Just a little bit of cat. The eyes have this very sad look to them. They're very huge and wide. Meow.
Highness, come, the practice ground awaiteth. Though I fear there is precious little left for me to teach thee. Despite thy youth, thy skill already approacheth mine own, nay, exceedeth it perhaps. To have tutored such a prodigy in the arts maketh me right proud. But I am yet captain of the guard, and have pride of mine own to think of. I do not mean to yield to thee just yet, young prince. Make ready!
These wounds! Friend, what misfortune hath befallen thee?
Brother!
Oh no!
Wherefore wouldst thou abandon thy post at Moonbrook Castle? And how came thee to be injured so?
My wounds matter not. The king, I must speak with him. Please.
Of course. His Majesty will see him, surely. Come, we will take you there.
What is the meaning of this? What hath befallen thee, friend?
Majesty, Moonbrook Castle. Attacked. Monsters. A great horde of fiends.
Stay with us. I beseech thee.
Fear not, brother. We shall meet again.
No!
He did his duty to the last, and expended his final breath that we might learn of the assault on Moonbrook. His was a grit and forbearance granted to few, and he must be given a burial befitting such heroism. It seemeth ill deeds are afoot in the kingdom of Moonbrook, but we do not yet know the full truth. Pray, do not speak of this until such time as the facts of the matter have been ascertained, lest panic spread needlessly among the populace. Sire, in the meantime, make ready to defend the city. I would speak with my son. Come, child, below with thee.
And just a sad bit with the brother there. The thing we'll get to see on our journey, if we pull up the world map here, we have all three of our castles. We're in Midenhall, Cannock is to the north, and Moonbrook is near dead center. That soldier walked it on one leg. I don't... He was held together by willpower alone to make it here, and nothing else. Yeah, and our... Yeah. I somehow doubt he did. You could take the shrine between,
Another such tragedy befell our world some decades since. A great monstrous horde laid waste to the land of Renderak. The horde was commanded by one who styled himself High Priest Hargon, fearful that the High Priest's minions might make Midenhall their next port of call. My father did shore up the kingdom's defenses and set his men to watch for monsters on the horizon. I must confess that the further the tragedy drifted in time, the more I had thought the danger past. But the similarities between the assault just now reported and the one my father described cannot be denied. Could this be another Renderak? I hardly dare believe it. We must ascertain the facts of what hath befallen Moonbrook as soon as we are able. I would have thee journey to Cannock, there to share these unfortunate tidings with the king of that realm. None can afford to remain ignorant if the horde is abroad. Thence, thou must visit Moonbrook, and see with thine own eyes what hath befallen it. I must needs remain here to see to our defenses, as my father did before me. Wilt thou bear this burden on my behalf, beloved son? Thy reticence is understandable, but it was in preparation for just such a day as this that thou wert trained, that thou might venture forth alone should the need arise. And venture forth thou must. Thou art ready, my boy. More than ready, believe me. Well, wilt thou act as my envoy?
That's a good thou must. Like, not just a repetition of our last line, a full different, like, yeah, obviously this has got to be hitting you as hard as it is me, and I can feel your reticence, but you are ready. You are my son.
I am right glad to hear it. Now, before thou departest, a gift. A necklace, to be precise. The princess's pledge. Ere he became the first and greatest king of this land, thine ancestor, mighty Erdrick, did set out upon a perilous quest to defeat the Dragon Lord. This necklace was presented unto him by a certain fair maiden with whom he did forge a firm and lasting bond on his travels. It shall surely aid thee on thy path.
So we basically didn't get this item in our playthrough of Dragon Quest I HD-2D. This is our, if we returned Gwaelin back. No, that's not in reference to Dragon Quest III Erdrick. That's in reference to, like, calling the Scion of Erdrick from 1 Erdrick, because Erdrick is a title rather than a name, as it were.
Now away with thee. Venture westward from our realm, and thou shalt reach the village of Leftwine soon enough. From there, cast thine eyes northward, and thou shalt espy the castle of Cannock. As thou well knowst, in Cannock and Moonbrook both are to be found others, through whose veins floweth the blood of the hero of legend. Take care, my child. I have faith that thou wilt see thy duty done.
We'll the one in the front group who no one remembers the gender of or specifics of. But yeah, we do our hero Erdrick from Dragon Quest III is one of those that, like, I think of when we're talking about Thanatos in Builders or Erdrick, where, like, the specifics have been forgotten, so history does flatten them to he, which is both a shame and, like, I think an interesting commentary piece at Minor. At least in Dragon Quest 1, when we go back, we do see, like, the little bits of how Erdrick from 3 had, like, that moment in 1 where we get, like, them at Ortega's grave. But yeah, Slio, the hero of 3, gained the title of Erdrick. We actually get it on the save screen, too. But yeah, this item we basically didn't have. This is like, when you bring the princess back to the castle, this lets the princess talk to you. But, like, we never brought Gwaelin back, so... But no, I feel it's super important that both Dragon Quest 3 and 4 allow you to choose the lad or the lady for our hero, right? From onward from that, we've had a specifically, like, character, but it's an important bit of both of those games. Nah, I understand you 100% for Zeus. Thanks, bud. Thanks, Chancellor. Yeah, because, like, the main ones that you also have that choice in outside of 3 and 4 are, like, Builders 1, Builders 2. Because from 5 on, maybe 9, I don't actually know. 9 is a blind spot to me, so you might have a created character in 9 as well. Okay. Anyway, we have our main quest pretty quickly. Moonbrook has fallen. We heard about Rendarok, which from our time in Caravan Heart, we would know. 9 is created MMO papered all entirely. Okay, so like 3, but though in 3 Erdrick gets more, like, gets... Hold on, I gotta place myself right here. I can do this. You know what I mean? Like, and I really like Solo, the little bits of character we get for Solo and 4. Solo, Sophia. But obviously our forecast is all known folks we get to meet. Tordeko and Ragnar and everybody. The Enigma of Bozo. Forgotten to time. Well, oh, one last thing before we go. Let's go check that, Traveler's, gate over here. Shipwright's Shrine. Okay. Very beautiful peaks here. I like the bird noises of, like, the bay. You can see the winds. Meow. Yeah, and we also have seen, like, what, 12... Ooh. The bits of 12 we've gotten to see as well show a cast, rather than a created squad. Slio, snack. Can I equip the turban? I can equip the turban. Alright. Commit it to memory. So here we are, out in the middle of here. But yeah, okay. Do we... Okay, I was looking to see if, like, if we had our additions from Caravan Heart. Our little, like, zoom in on our slime that would be, like, hanging out right about here. Alright. Ooh, there's actually a road. That's very cute. Because obviously, like, travelers would be using that route. That's cool. And we have the Hero's Cave up there. But, yeah, again, Caravan Heart, you'd recognize most of this from our different areas. Our port up here. But then we also have a very recognizable map in the center of the world. We'll get to... It's gonna be a while till we get to visit here, but, you know. I think Elfgard being included within Dragon Quest II is one of those, like, really cool, has the same feeling as, like, Kanto and Johto, but obviously when you get to 3 and then end up there, it's more. Like, we're going in reverse with the HD games, but by goodness, is that such a, like, huge unveil. So, like, by the nature of these releases and the way they want them played, 3-1-2, you don't get that same reveal, but it's still such a big piece. Alright, let's get out of here. We got places to go, people to see, princes and princesses to meet. So yeah, we're gonna take the road, and you can see, look at that, you can even see the road, like, right here. Oh, that's cool. Wait, oh, we have more than just the road, though. Remember, this is HD, and the pieces of HD are... Ooh, okay. Oh, I've got to turn up that battle speed. We're fine on fast. Okay, but like, so we can obviously just follow our path west and north, but this is the HD. No, okay. 2D nature of this means that there's these glowies all over in the world. Oh, the Raven here is one of my favorites, especially for these like early enemies. They're so cool just sitting on that skull. Alright, early we're gonna need to be spending herbs as we walk around a little more. Okay, no. Nothing south, but we can see goodies to the north there. We're gonna have to do a lot of exploring for goodies. Make sure you keep your eyes wide open. Yes, 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 yes. Slime wiggles. Wow. We will be able to use the heal on level to make our journey a little easier here. Strange MD, thanks for the sub. 2222011. Wow. I guess we're back to like stat gains of normal amounts rather than like our one players. Alright. I think we are still having Slio snacks eaten by Slio in basically all but wisdom placement. Wisdom just is a dead stat, so somebody else is going to be able to eat those. But as for the rules of the Slio snack, 3 MP, 1 stamina, 2 resilience, 2 strength. Okay, good Slio snacks. But you can see basically the whole of the castle here. It's really cool. Okay. I think we're going to follow the road to start. One of the things that's going to happen very quickly is us finding Carl. The prince. And I would like to have two people in the party before we, go on, like, deep... Ooh, another Slio snack. Yeah, I'll take that. Too far off the beaten path, mind you. So. We've already had 5 Slio snacks. Okay. Goodie set here as well. Oaken Club, is that? No, that is not. Okay. And as is per usual, we need to stay, like... Because of the way the camera is set up in HD-2D here, we always want to stay, like, south as far as we can. Just because then everything north of us is visible on the map. Kind of an important point of travel. Like, I want to be on the south shore basically as much as I can, so that I can see this stuff here. Wiggle, multi-wiggle slide. And... Alright, a Slio snack for our trouble. Yeah. 3 stamina, nice. And we got one in the bay here. Interesting. We're not gonna be able to touch that one for quite some time. I've talked about, like, the very minor improvements that I would want. Hey, Slio 3. We are already past Slio. Now, you might wonder, Gems, why did you just gain 16 HP? That's the tie between stamina as a stat. Us using a bunch of seeds for that, plus the 4 gained on the level. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 gets us 16 HP. We did also gain 5 strength. I didn't even mention that. I was too busy being bedazzled. Ooh, there's a goodie way up there. Left win. Midenhall. But no, I've talked about 0 tickets. I've talked about the small changes I would want in these HD-2D games. And they're such tiny bits. Number 1, I want the mini medal bum 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 when I pick up a mini medal. I know you can do it. The fact that mini medals don't do that, it makes me sad. 2, I kinda wish I could have little pins on a mini map. I'm not certain if that would be an improvement or if I would put too many of them on the mini map and just make it look like a mess. But like, there are a lot of times where I want to mark a goodie that I can't quite get. Even if it was just like a pin, that'd be more, but... Yeah, I got us his own... I don't know, we have tickets. What could it be? Like, but that up there, I would like to, like, put a little pin on that, because I don't want to go pick that up until we have... Carl, the boss, in the party. Again, I want to stay south. Ghost! Ghost's a beating. Alright. Yeah, the Prince of Midenhall knows what they're good at. Something? No. But yeah, we're off the road, but we'll have better sight. Renderak. Ghost treasure. You shouldn't have the ghost food? It's like an hour in and we got ghost Slio snacks. I will take it. Is this something? Yeah. Secret spots. Now, talking about things I love the addition of in the HD-2D games is the secret spots and the overworld items. Even, like, one of the things that I think has been the strongest about these is that they tend to be real. Real items, real upgrades, real equipment, like mini medals, also, like, they are worth seeking. I need the prince to tell me how many items are in places. Old lady adventurer. Uh-huh. Talking about things that are real. Bum, 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 bum. We don't know if we need to come back here, but we do find a good amount of money. But yeah, I need to get very quickly. Similar sites can be found north of Midenhall and northwest of Cannock. Thank you. I need to get the menu. I need to put it on a soundboard, probably. Do I not have that in the Discord? I don't think so. It's a mistake. Alright. Let's take a stop in Leftwind here. We can heal up. The Mollusk. Mollusk is a good pun name, by the way. The Mollusk. Okay. But here we've got Leftwind. Leftwind? Leftwine? This nice peaceful village in between on the road. Yeah. Very highly traveled. Well. Three whole gold. So we got the bank. Bamboo pole, silk apron. Huh. Okay. Yep. Slio snack. Yeah. Ah! Ever so startled by the prince. One cannot simply spend one day complaining that anything and everything is a bother. For the man who once poisoned cannot bother to heal himself, doth end up ere long in his coffin. Extremely good advice for VG Advisor. Meow. We do want to stay at the end. Someday we'll get a key. I think it'll be a while before we find a key, so we're gonna have to keep the world in mind as a child of breeding, are thou not? Most are. But we hold ourselves with a royal gait. We are just flush in Slio snacks. Hargon won't know what hit him. Like... A weak blade never killed its wielder. Wield armor, less so. thanks for the direct advice, warrior. I appreciate it. You know? Like, hey, you don't have the money for both? Let's not waver. You gotta think about if you're gonna fight strong enemies or weak enemies first. Kill the summoner. Always kill the summoner. Please kill the summoner. You need to kill the summoner. I don't care. An illegal thing. Oh no. I feel like this is a prince who's very diligent about listening to advice. Yeah, we get like from the captain of the guard. We're a not just a natural, but we pick up very quickly on things. We're also as handsome as ever. Stay away from the summoner. Oh, I need to actually buy things here. I don't think you're gonna have Chain Sickle. I think that's actually gonna be available at Cannock. I might want to wait to buy things until I hit Cannock, now that I think about it. Because I remember Chain Sickle being the biggest offensive upgrade. We have it here. But we do have them. Okay. No, I thought we were just gonna have this here. Great. That's our +5. Here I am, looking from the bottom up, not seeing it. I'm like, well, we just don't have it, as I'm looking at the Chain Sickle. No one's worked out yet if this is a sickle with a chain on the end or a chain with a sickle on the end. These are the mysteries of life. I'm gonna take the advice and then swiftly get myself a new weapon because Slio specifically is a a warrior. Oh no! Building more the tragedy of Moonbrook falling by showing how closely weaved these kingdoms are. You know? The many family members we've already encountered with the guard who walked all the way here and his brother, and, you know. Alright, yeah, that's town. So let's head up to Cannock and see if we can't, gather ourselves a prince. Fairly straight shot on this road, which we will take. With, of course, small detour in the woods. Iron Ant. Okay. Yeah, when you're on the road, you spend less rations, obviously. Gwaelin's Gate, Wellspring of the Hero. Okay. Hey, I love you, Drakey. Drakey is such another perfect creature of Dragon Quest. They're very chompy, they're very bitey, they're very flighty. They come in different flavors. Not as many flavors as a slime, obviously, but they're also dangerous. Okay. But yeah, look at this mountain castle here in the woods with the very heavy elevation changes. Alright, we're here to talk to the king and recruit a prince. Oh. That was visible. Okay. I understand 20 medicinal herbs. Like, a warrior with no other form of healing is going to want for that. That's great. 2 is the number of Chimera wings. Yes, Zane, I agree. Always 2. Never 1. 1 is not enough. Because if you carry 1 is to curse yourself for not having the second after you arrive. But 2, you won't make that mistake 2 times. We carry 3. Well? No, that's a watered well. Okay. We have a lot of crops growing in this area. A lot to learn about these different areas. So we learned about scrolls in Dragon Quest 1, but that system felt like, had a piece missing, and the missing bit is choosing who ends up learning these, right? You must be attuned to the arts. Slio here is not going to be learning, to crackle from a scroll. Okay, some have multiple copies, but that is not an excuse to handle them with requisite care and respect. All those who ignore this advice may be visited by the naughty stick. Bum 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 bum. Yep, and we're talking, yeah, we have, Cannock has a great fertile landscape. We saw pumpkins growing in Leftwind. Yeah, here's some more pumpkins. Two agility, 3 luck, 1 more resilience. Okay. I am tempted to hand Carl some of the resilience ones, but the rules are the rules. They're Slio snacks. Carl's not here. Unlike the Prince of Midenhall, or so I hear. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. It's a balance. They all, you know, that's true. They all do have equal claim to the snacks. This is what I was, okay, we do see, oh, we didn't have the, chain here. Iron Lank. Chainmail, scale shield, okay. Train and train and train and train. Thou art surpassingly dutiful, whereas the Prince and Princess of Cannock are much more... The princess... The spirit of the builder flows through her, just she puts down 6 poison bog tiles and takes a nap. Ow. 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 Finally, Quaylen's hair. Yeah. There's a key in this world that can open nigh any door. I have very distinct memories of Shifty Man here. This is a, this is a dude who will kill you. The world shall soon end. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, we're just getting a ton of goodies. This treasure chest is not for the hero. For a hero. This is for the hero. This was entrusted to us by Erdrick, and will stay as such. Heh. We only get to have a couple conversations with, all in the name of training. Carl's sister, we do meet, and has a room like this, but I think it's talked about much less. Has a chessboard. My dolt of a brother. But yeah, the main thing we learned from her is My dolt of a brother is gone at the moment. She's also keeping around a... Okay. Carl... I'm learning a lot about the princess just from the things that she keeps in her, you know, cabinets here. The princess who's a troublemaker for the guards, all in the name of training, going and lying in poison, but also eating the pieces while Carl isn't looking. Well.
Well met, young Midenhall.
How thou art grown since last we saw thee. Yet the furrow of thy brow suggesteth all is far from well.
Sounds. Moonbrook is fallen? Her armies laid waste by a vast horde of fiends? Yet as thou sayest, we have but one soldier's word. It would behoove us to learn the truth before acting unduly. Wait! Pray, take our boy with thee.
Though some regard him as something of a featherbrained sort, he is assiduous in his daily training with sword and spell.
Where art thou, boy? Thy presence is required in the throne room.
Whatever is the matter, Daddy? If you were looking for that wayward brother of mine, I'm afraid you shan't find him here. He set off for the wellspring of the hero earlier this morn.
Even now, he marcheth to the beat of a drum entirely his own. Mine apologies, fair prince. Yet I could not forgive myself wert thou to go companionless and any harm were to befall thee. Wouldst thou be willing to journey to the wellspring of the hero and bring back my son? Please, Highness, I beg thee to consider that I could never again look thy father in the eye should misfortune befall thee. And my son, for all his faults, is of the bloodline of Erdrick. He would be no burden to thee, I am sure.
Forgive us for troubling thee so, but we should be ever grateful.
Once thou hast located our boy, do see he is returned to the castle. There are matters I would see discussed before you two depart. Is my cousin Moonbrook no more?
We do not know that, dear. Let us not dwell on that we cannot control, but turn our attentions to that we can.
Quite. Summon the Chancellor. The kingdom must be fortified.
I like mention of our I'm excited to get our more time with Carl. Reminded that Good Mega Man Level 3 had a Dragon Quest coffin plush labeled Prince of Cannock. That was a very common place for the Prince of Cannock, even in our own playthrough of 2. He did have his finest moment in Hargon's castle, but generally he ends up in too many physical fights and loves dying and being dead. I was gonna mention, we get to name all our characters, right? We get to name Slio, we get to name Carl, we get to name Perry. But in a both very smart move for the voice lines of this game, and also for how you refer to these characters for the last 35 years, just calling them the Prince of Midenhall, the Prince of Cannock, the Princess of Moonbrook, like, works. Not Mega Man 3. Make a good Mega Man Level 3. What's that upstairs? He's simply feather-brained. Someone did ask. No, absolutely not. We cannot learn that. Yeah, if you're looking for where the lineage, where the like modern day Mega Man, like old games can exist, the Mega Good Mega Man level games have a lot of excellent bits for you.
Quickly, in here. What was all that talk of Moonbrook just now?
Oh.
Good gracious! That is terrible news, and I can well understand why Father is loath to let you go alone. Then it is decided. I will accompany you on your hunt for my darling brother. After all, if he is to play his part as a scion of the hallowed hero, then so must I. It is as I always say, age is no excuse to laze. I hardly think that Mummy and Daddy Dearest will allow me to join you on your journey to Moonbrook, but at the very least, I can help you find my brother, can't I?
So, the question of who our fourth friend was on the cover of the game, as well as a bit of, hey, aren't there more Scions of Erdrick around? This is a...
Sorry, did you say something? Do speak up. I adore being thanked for acts of charity. You are taking me, yes? Sorry, did you say something? Do speak up. I adore being thanked for acts of charity. You are taking me, yes? Sorry, did you say something? Do speak up. I adore being thanked for acts of charity. You are taking me, yes? Sorry, did you say something? Do speak up. I adore being thanked for acts of charity. You are taking me, yes? Sorry, did you say something? Do speak up. I adore being thanked for acts of charity. You are taking me, yes?
How... We don't have that much far to back up.
Sorry, did you say something? Do speak up. I adore being thanked for acts of charity. You are taking me, yes?
I already love the princess. So... Can I, like, Sid clip out of the world here?
Sorry, did you say something? Do speak up. I adore being thanked for acts of charity. You are taking me, yes? Sorry, did you say something? Do speak up. I adore being thanked for acts of charity. You are taking me, yes?
Yes?
Sorry, did you say something? Do speak up. I adore being thanked for acts of charity. You are taking me, yes? Come, enough of this farce. I am going and that is final. Do not attempt to defy Providence. Well, now that is settled, let us prepare to depart. Adventure awaits. But first I must dress for the occasion.
Yep.
Step outside for a moment, please.
Just pushed without moving our legs.
Well,
yeah.
What do you make of my travelling togs? I sewed them myself, you know.
With the pose.
Honestly, you boys wouldn't know needlework if it poked you in the eye. When a lady asks for your opinion on her outfit, you say it's stunning or breathtaking, or if you're feeling particularly adventurous, sublime beyond belief. Anyway, on the subject of feeling adventurous, let us be off. Oh, and pray do not stand on ceremony. I have a name for a reason. By all means, call me by it.
And so we hide the fact that we can name the princess because, as mentioned, this is in every other version of Dragon Quest II. The Princess of Cannock is a character with 4 lines. You talk to her here, and she tells you that her brother's taken off. We don't get pulled aside. We don't get added. Matilda, I already love her. She's very precocious, a little arrogant, and wants to adventure so much. Maddie, Tilly... Erdrika. Yeah, a tinier Maribel. Yeah, like... But yeah, we did see in trailers where we were and what bits like this, so it became very apparent very quick who our fourth friend was. Name is just... Matilda. We could just go Tilly. I'm fine with her slightly breaking. Having a longer name via...
Now that is settled, let us fly to the east, over field and forest, and down into the depths of the earth. The wellspring of the hero awaits.
She's so... Matilda's forced her way into the party. Cannock's finest is along for the ride. Okay. Princess will help you fight against any enemies you cross swords with. She hasn't officially decided to join your party. Independent-minded princess won't take orders. He's a guest. I guess we did say there's no way my dad is letting you go to let me go to Moonbrook. Well, we can't teach you that because you're not officially... Okay. So Matilda's a guest party member. I immediately want to have a party chat button, but it's fine. We know she's immune to poison. Or trying to become immune to poison. I like her cape. She has a great style. We should probably heal up. Okay, do we have anything else I want to buy? 200 bucks. Nah, we're fine. Alright. So everyone's told us about the Wellspring of the Hero that we want to go to, which is this cave up in the northeast. We could go that way, but if things still stand from Dragon Quest II, we should find our prince in a different location, as flighty as he is. I'm most interested in what Matilda's, like, setup is going to be. Like, what sort of, like, character archetype are we going to fit into? The sleepy sap, okay. The boulder! Okay. She has sleepy sap, she has Chuck Boulder. Four strength, 4 HP, 4 resilience. And we have stone throw, okay. We learned from her watching her. Oh, she has Frizz. I guess she did have that scroll in her, you know, in her belongings, implying that it's useful to her. So yeah, like Sleepy Slap and, you know, spell casting. Okay, but before we head off, we're gonna make a stop here because hopefully nope, okay. We are gonna have to go to the Wellspring first. We can't catch him early. You know what? I guess that makes sense because this way we're not going to the Wellspring alone. Because going to the Wellspring alone is dangerous, is the way I'd put it. You have to carry a lot of herbs because you're just one warrior with a sword. This kind of like smooths that, I guess is the way I'd put it. Perhaps you're enslaved by telling Matilda no a dozen times. Yeah. I had to see if we were going to get, like, Sid pushed out of the world. Okay. Let's head north, then. Mage Thief to cover a Mage Warrior on the other side. Yeah. Alright, so let's go into this desert in the east here, go up and over here. Again, we'll do I want to wait until we have Cannock to do big exploring, but, like, I'm not going to not explore. Bonk. I'm so excited by a fourth character. Great for a lot of reasons. Give us more people to bounce things off of when we do have a party. But also, like, look, she is a Scion. If her brother can spend a third of his days sleeping in a coffin. she'll be fine.
I have you now!
Ooh, the slime treasure. Thank you, slime. Copper sword, pouch of musk, medicine herb. This looks like a place? Yeah, this looks like a place. Barrel? Plain clothes, sure. Barrel. 5 coins, sure. Vial of magic water. And antidote herb. For barrel, not much. Ooh, rat skull. And a bubble slime. The rat skull. Oh my god, Matilda, are you taunting the rat? A scion of Bozo. Triple bubble slime. Okay. Okay. She doesn't have a health bar. I don't know if, like, she actually has a health total, mind you, but... As a guest party member, I'm guessing now? Like... A Brook of Babbles? Oop, another secret. Ooh. I didn't listen. The warrior gave me the advice and I didn't listen. That's a lot of money. The great and wise warrior, please buy an armor. You won't regret it. Alright. So welcome. Ablutions? I don't think I've ever heard someone use that word. Okay. Yeah, as a... His heart is always in the right place. Gotta come to the hero's bath, you know? Well. At least it's not a very deep dungeon. Hell, we can see the back right there. There's a down. We came through here in Caravan Heart. We are gonna find a treasure, though. Oh. Oh boy. Alright, we're gonna find your treasure here. Tiger! Tiger, knee. Oh! Come on. Obliterated. But you can see Slio doesn't have a lot of MP to work with. That's going to be something we want to augment pretty quickly with Slio snacks. And leveling. 1 more MP, 3 strength, 3 resilience, 4 health, 3 luck. And? Okay. We gotta go down to this corner here as well. Behoove us to check the entirety of the wellspring. Well. Oh no! A lunatic. That counts as flying. That counts as flying. Get out of here. Oh, we're... What are we hit by? That's speed down?
I have you now!
Matilda is helping. That's just made of shells. That shell armor is shells. Okay. Ever so slightly more fashion-friendly attempt crafting armor reptile shells. Heroes in a. I can't give Matilda the cat. Phew, okay. Mess him up. Okay, mess him up. What do the 5 fingers say to the face? Okay. That's the spell the Magus casts. Alright, well, let's check the downstairs, because it's right here. Coin. Wayfarer's clothing. I like that we have a nice little spot. This is like a known travel destination. Well, Slio snack we hold on to. You know, well. I think the whale spring of the hero is a fitting thing for the hero here. Also, 1 second. I will be back in just a moment here. 1 moment. Okay. Let's go. Deeper and deeper. See if we can catch the prince before or after he's gotten here. Before he's left, after he's gotten here, it's fine. At the least, we can relax in the wellspring of the hero, you know? That's what the builder would have wanted. At the end of the day. Oop! Secret goodie over here. Slio snack. So the Seed of Wisdom is the one we're holding on to. Two more luck. Ooh. Wow. Look at this. Incredibly huge swords. We missed him. Feel free to use them indoors, by all means. You'll fly right through any bothersome ceilings that ordinarily would have gotten in your way. We have a lantern that's always cute. I love that the lantern does cast full shadows, too. This is really nice. I do miss the bonk. That's number 3 on my list, by the way. I listed small things I would want to, like, add within, this game, and I still would want the bonk. I understand why you don't bonk. Sleepy. Oh, sleepy slime. You just threw a burning page at it. She just has like the silly turns she takes. But yeah, no, I think the way I'd implement it is that the first time you do it inside, you get bonked, and then it doesn't bonk you again or something like that. Like, if they want to leave it so you can just do it, like, let us have a one-off bonk. That's too many. That's way too many.
Time to play with fire.
Chuck Rock, indeed. Give me a spell called Bonk? Sure. Yeah, instead of Zoom, just have Bonk. Bubble Slimes! You bonk and then the wizard shows you how to go through the ceiling. Yeah, like that. That's exactly the thought in my mind, is like you use it the first time, and then that wizard that we just had at the Wellspring goes, oh, look, you know, I know you don't have the head for magic. Here's how you do this. Okay, so we're trying to catch, right now our objective is just find the Prince of Cannock. Very small chance you get the bonk. Carl's off. Matilda's just like, oh my god, where is my brother? Good. Usually I'm not one to hit the but thou musts a lot of the time. Of all the things I do to check out talking to NPCs, usually I'm just like, yeah, of course my character, Slio, would say yes to this, but... Son. No, Matilda's like, no, like, he doesn't protect me. I'm the one with the fireball. What are you talking about? Wild Arms 2, except not bonking, you teleport someplace unintentional on, like, a random chance. That's fun. Metal Max, a Goofy's post-apocalypse sci-fi Dragon Quest. Yeah! That is something I can... Oh, God, what was the other one I can recall like that that's like... Hitting on that on the Oh, I missed this the first time I was here. Free medicine herb. We haven't had to use the medicine herbs basically because one of the things that is a meaningful mechanical change with Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD-2D is the heal on level up. Like, having the heal on level up means that you can attrition longer. So... I assume our road to Renderock, or road to Roan, is gonna be a... Slime! It's still gonna be a hell of a place to be, but perhaps we can use some timely levels to give us a little bit more reach. We'll see. That, of all the things, the road to Roan is the thing I think of the most from this game. Okay. Alright. The skies darken as Frizz is cast. Now we want to go north here as well. once we pick up. Yeah, I suppose she's immune to it. She's not in the party. That's smarts. She wouldn't take poison damage because she's not in the party. Okay. Hey, level 6. Perfect. 3 strength, 6 HP, 4 resilience. Alright. Oh! How romantic. It is Gwaylen's love, indeed. Why would it suddenly glow when I walked into town? Does that have something to do with the reason I tried to come here much earlier? Yes, indeed. It's time to say hello. We finally caught up.
Oh, the very rascal I have been at such pains to find. Your father told me of the terrible news from Moonbrook, and that you journey there to learn the truth. Pray, allow me to accompany you on your expedition. I cannot rightly remain idle, while my kin ventures into dangers unknown. What? Why are you?
Because I too heard the news from Moonbrook. That is why I've been helping the prince to find you, that you might venture there together.
Is that so? Then I owe you my thanks, and my apologies.
They do.
Accepted. Now let us repair home. We mustn't keep Mother and Father waiting.
It is a pleasure to join your fellowship.
The boss has arrived. Ooh! Yeah! That's cute. Do a little fist bump.
Though I did not say it, it was a pleasure for me too.
Good.
It was almost like being a hero.
Alright. Telling us how to equip things. Yeah, I like the matchingness of they both have little cloaks. Also, Carl has his own pair of goggles. I think goggles are a very important heroic item, you know? Alright, Carl. Rapier is slightly better than Copper Sword. Can't equip Chain. Alright. Could equip a Kite Buckler, but don't have one. Can't equip the Feathered Hat. And we can also, alright, we gotta do this first. Carl's VA was in Dragon Quest III HD-2D. He was Hargon, oh my god. The twist. Alright. Look at that giant bell. And like the green collar. the color scheme kind of matching. Like, the color scheme matching the hair a little more, you know? He needs the bell so people know where he is. Yeah. Carl has an orange. Yeah. Okay. So we get a little bit... here's a question. Slio snack. You can learn this. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not gonna, like, wait until... You can have that. That's fine. I would say Moonbrook, but... I'll feel bad if we go back to the castle and the princess sticks with us and we'd be able to give it to her, but... Oh, speaking of which, let's take a look. Heal, Sizz, Crack, and Poof. Also, should have some abilities, yeah. So, Cop-Out does not have the, wild power. That it does in a game with one character. Because it's enemy or ally on the deflect. Fitting for Carl, I think, though. Would Carl have learned it on his own? I don't know. With a spell like this, I'm not gonna wait. You know, we'll let it ride. Okay. I'm gonna try not to, like, overthink teaching people things, because, you know, we can just roll with it. But now that we have Carl with us, it's time to explore, especially before heading off to Moonbrook. We've got a whole continent I want to go check out. We want to go check out this side over here. You can sort of see on this east side. Oh, we can't actually get over there, can we? No. Okay, well then we want to check out this sort of like northern portion. Like, you can kind of see, I can't show a little... If I move my mouse, you can't see that. I have my mouse cursor off. There's a nice mouse cursor, though. But just this northern mountain range here, and then, up on this north exit, where we could have come out of the cave. So... Three of them.
You look cold.
Thanks, Carl. So you gain less experience because experience is split. That's how it is. Okay.
I have you now!
Bonk!
Yeah.
Okay, let's check over this mountain.
I have you now!
Rapid!
I could turn Carl off of, like, you know... they'd be in combat. You know, our acting like that, but I'm fine as is. Here would be. Fight wisely. Whoop! What a good squeak. That's some great squeaking. Yeah, we're not a level 1. Thank goodness. We don't have to worry about the boss just falling over. Okay. So there's a goodie back here. We'll grab this. I mean, yeah, because, like, you know, our prince here did travel to the Wellspring and then to Midenhall and then to Leftwind. Like, has to have been on the road, you know?
You look cold.
They all just T-pose and die. Rip. Slio snack, Slio snack. Okay. $37 versus 17. Damn. Anyway. You can have that. Scions of the Scions of the second Slio. Ooh. We do have a little bit of area here I want to check. Kind of on this side. Is this something? This is! Okay. What do we have here? Goodie in a real box. Okay. Yeah, that's a slight upgrade on the rapier, which is also what Matilda's using. Really wants a catsuit. Back around here. Nope. Nope. Down here? With the treasure chest, that might be the only thing, but there's also, like... No, okay, alright. Let's check east here. The squeak is so cute.
You look cold.
Okay. Nothing up here. I'll slime down here. Obliterate. But yeah, 2 experience instead of 4. Okay, that's a little bay we can't get to without a boat. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna head over to Leftwind, west, and then north. Check out this northern piece of the continent, and then head back to if west we could go as well. I wonder how far we can take Matilda. Because she's a guest, I have the feeling that we're not immediately going to get to have Matilda if we go back to the castle. That's why I've been avoiding it. The Stark Ravens. All they say is winter is coming. We haven't seen snow here in ages. That's all down here. I like the way the mountains look here on the castle. You can see that this terrain makes a lot more sense than it does in, like, 2 normal. Surely she'll simply break out if she wants in. That's true. You know what? I could... For that sake alone. Carl's just spending MP. Keep thinking of him as the boss. Okay. Let's do the route. Let's do this loop, and then we'll head back to the castle. We want to be here anyway. This is a new area, like an area I haven't gone around.
How about you?
Carl's, yeah, still working on the wisely part of it. It's fine. Here's Carl 5. 7 HP, 9 MP. Okay, you know, well, that fixes itself very quickly compared to... Also 4 strength. This is a hell of a level. Okay. But yeah, let's follow this coastline. We can't get that item there. We need a boat.
Let me warm you up.
Anything? No, this is a little... What about there? Ooh, there's in the desert. That's a spot. Raging monster assault! But it just turns out to be a bog standard attack. Because we got the jump on the monster, she's like, alright, this is it. It's time to pull out my ultimate move. I'll take free Khmer wings. Yeah, you can see in the desert there. What are these mollusks doing in the desert? That can't be good for you. If you don't train by going to 0 MP, then what are you doing anyway, right? Like... Okay, what do we got here? Ooh, okay. Plus 5 defense. Plus 3 defense. Alright, that's Slio's for now. I like that they have the sigil of you know, Midenhall and Cannock there. It's cute. Aha! Bum 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 bum! I wonder where the mini-metal master is gonna be. Okay, so we want to check in the north here. We were told there was like a spot up here.
You look cold.
Okay. If I had to guess, same place as before. Yeah, that's fair. We could just go to the same place. You're right. Also, my buddy here is carrying an invisible scythe. nothing here.
I have you now!
The mime? The Grim Reaper mime. Slio hits so hard with like plus 20 strength over Carl. And this? Thriller, but with slimes. It said northwest. Like that, the friend we talked to said northwest of Cannock. The bunny squeak noise is the silliest piece so far. You can see a difference in the woods here? And then again over here? Alright, hold on.
Hot, hot, hot! Ah!
Maybe it was just those items we found on the ground, but I do want to make sure we don't miss a secret spot. So again, you can see the trees change here. A little bit. No. Okay. Ooh? No? Okay. Fine, alright. Ow. So we'll head east towards the wellspring on this path that we didn't take before. And see up here. Specifically, I want to check that peninsula. Bonk. Matilda's helping. Damn, okay, 50 damage. That's hefty. And Carl 6, okay, good. 8 more MP. We are fixing that problem very quickly. Squelch. The poison cure. Huh? Nothing here. Alright, we'll go check. We're gonna keep going east because there is that little corner to check. You can see there was a spot. Sleepy Drakey. Five, 4 strength. Wisdom, finally. Muster strength, that's our double up? Yeah, okay. That is a skill that makes sense. But yeah, this corner right here, I want to check. take the double action. Ooh, Drinky gets a shot off. And make sure we're south so we can see. We got a bonk Magus on the head.
How about you?
Ooh, the party's pumped. That's speedy. Okay. Okay. Yep, okay, I was 2 antidote. Okay. I think we're good on antidote now, just from like having swelled. We've run into bubble slime, but bubble slime hasn't gotten to do its, thing yet. That's a lot of MP you just stole there, goodness. Like half my bar. Slio has so little MP. Alright, I think with that, we're good to head back to Cannock. And then we're gonna head west. You're a real one. I've seen nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. Thanks, buddy. We're slipping you an extra 1,000 G's in your next paycheck.
Father, Mother, I am returned, and find myself most troubled by recent goings-on in Moonbrook.
As do I. Though 'tis a relief to see thee and thy sister lending the prince your... daughter mine? Wherefore dost thou travel in thy cousin's company?
I helped the prince to find my wayward brother. Surely you would not fault me for this?
She hath an answer for everything.
1,000 apologies, young Midenhall. I do hope my daughter hath not been too much of a burden.
See? Sweet as a sugar plum. I agree. We made a marvelous team.
Allow me to offer mine own apology. If I had only been here.
'Tis of little import now. More pressing matters are at hand. A calamity most foul hath befallen Moonbrook. Thy cousin, Midenhall, bravely ventureth forth to survey that place and rescue the king and princess. Should rescue be possible, I would have thee accompany him on this quest. Lend him thy succor. Prove that blood is a bond that none can tear asunder.
Yes, Father. As scions of mighty Erdrick, naught shall stand in our way.
The road to Moonbrook passeth through Gwaelin's Gate, to the south and west of here. Take with you this parchment, and present it to the guards at the gate. They will grant you passage.
This is our roadblock right now, if we had gone there. Like, we can't go across the sea without this.
May the goddess go with you.
brother, I wish you well.
Oh. Well. Oh no. Well. We got to name her. She can't stick, you know. She can't stay in the castle forever. We'll catch her doing a Ferris jumping out a window. Alright. Let me check the weapons shop. I actually might want to see what sort of upgrades I can get for Carl. So Iron Lance is the big one. That would be... Wow! Okay. Scale Shield is for both. That'd also be a big upgrade. I think we get a Scale Shield for Carl, and we get a Chainmail for Carl. That way, if we find another, we'll still have a reason to use them. But, like, see how that puts our defenses almost, like, matching? I'll train and train and train like the princess. Oh. Okay. I almost missed a little tangle web. Yeah, there's no way you get to have the additional time hanging out and get on the box art without jumping in later. We'll just have to see how. Alright, so we can go... to Gwaelin's Gate here, but we also just have the entirety of going west. What is that line? That looks almost out of place. Like, I know the cave up there, we spent... That was where we got, like, another caravan and caravan hearts. Yeah, a tower or a pier. Let's go check it out. I want party chat so bad, I'm just like... Yeah, they say south and west, but it is just west. Can't leave without my buddy Superfly Tilly. Matilda will return in... I don't know when, actually. Fightgeist. Alright, well, I'm not messing around. You're a purple ghost, I'm gonna give you what for. I'm sorry, is... Carl's got equivalent HP MP there. Okay. Alright, so let's check up here. Just make sure there's nothing in the... Okay, there's something in the bay. Something in the bay there. Interesting. Yeah, we can't do anything about a thing in the bay, but you know. Wow, Slio just hit so hard. That's Slio's job. Now, if you remember this area, we had to, like, travel very specifically to avoid the mountains. That was our big problem in Caravan Hearts here. We've been told and we've been shown that Midenhall is a master swordsman, and, okay, 60 HP, 56 MP. Buff! Love to see buff, thank you. Oops, sign. Yo! We got Superior up there? We can go have Slio and Carl visit Duluth? Gonna head on over to Chicago. Okay, the caterpillars. The killer pillars hit quite hard. We may not have the Dragon Quest III map here, but we can still have the Great Lakes. Still visit. Alright, so what do we have here in the desert? Wizard Staff. Sends a ball of fire hurtling towards a baddie. That's better than Divine Dagger. Alright. You, comma, got it, comma, boss. Comma, Carl. Wow, okay, we do not mess with Fight Geist. Yeah, thanks, Carl. Some may call him the Carl boss. It's true. Some being me. Might spend about as much time dead as a Carl boss does. Hopefully not. Okay, we don't quite kill the Fight Geist unless I pull out a big hit. Hopefully not as weak to lightning. Oop. There we go. $26 MP versus 81. One thing I do appreciate a lot with Dragon Quest titles, from 1 through 7 that we've played, is that our heroes are varied in a lot of different ways. There are the common points that make one a hero, usually access to lightning, but not even being a hero makes you a protagonist, as we see with, like, 5. Or 7's affinity for water instead. But, like, you know, Slio here, Prince of Midenhall, like, being the greatest swordsman is such a different direction than the kind of cleric side of how 5 is. Or, like, when we have our jobs, obviously things get a little different, but, like, I appreciate both the differences in character and differences in character. Those are two different characters. Like, the difference in Shadow is the killer here. We need to kill the Shadow. We need you dead. Okay, never mind. At what point do I, like, start direct? Yep.
Sis!
Okay, off the table. But, like, because we have a party that covers different weaknesses, we can just be the attacker. Ant. Triple ant.
This may burn.
Destroy triple ant. Getting real experience out here. Okay, nothing on this edge. Speaking of... 31 to next level. Okay. Ooh, what is that? That looks like a place. Right? That is north? The Killer Pillar.
I feel a frost coming on.
Like, I feel it kind of important that 1 and 3 share. Like, our air drakes are kind of the closest in design. They both use the same armor, effectively. It'd be weird if they didn't match a little more. Barrel? See that barrel up there. Okay, let's check west first, and then... Barrel? Barrel? Barrel. A bum 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 bum. Okay, we're doing good on mini metals. Like, the fact that we have 6 makes me feel good about mini metals. Is that it? What is that? We called this the what? The Dreamers? We're out in the Great Lakes? Which one is this one? Is this Michigan? Is this... I mean, Superior must be up a little more northwest. Yeah, Dreamers Lake. Seven is super long. At the end of this bridge lies heaven itself. Okay. Seven, we didn't get access to mini metals until we had like 70 mini metals, right? It was like super late. What is this? Okay. If one ever wishes to go to heaven, in like the literal walking to the cloud castle or whatnot, is this here for later? Must be. I mean, obviously. But when I say later, I mean like later? Okay, we got a goodie over there. Let's go over towards it. And we got a cave to go check out soon. Gotta be Huron. Nobody remembers Huron.
Sis!
Oh! Carl, you know how to use that on auto? I'm gonna be real, I didn't expect that. Huh. Fizzle and Dodgy Dance. Okay, we're getting... So, Fizzle is magic stop spell, and Dodgy Dance. No, yeah, like, absolutely. Strong medicine. Check around this corner, make sure we don't miss anything over here. Waspion. Yeah, being able to turn on the dodgy defenses seems like a definite, especially like that and buff, giving us different ways around physical. You'll use Dodgy Dance forever. The good news there, we can just turn off skills, right? On the auto menu. Oh, I don't like that. That's fine, we got spellcasting for that. We probably still kill. No, we don't kill in one hit anymore. That's what a defense buff will get you. No, smart mage. I believe in the auto. We talked about it when we were playing Dragon Quest IV, but Dragon Quest IV for the NES had Shadow Die. Had, like, you know, was the game where we implemented these AI party members, right? Like, where they would take action on their own based on, like, using, like, what moves they thought were effective. Which is how Kirill had gained the reputation of, oh my god, you have Sizz? The reputation of just casting flack.
Much better.
Because, like, yeah, that's the best thing I've got in my pocket if I don't know the opponent's immune to it.
Sizz!
And that was a piece of, like, fighting within that game on the NES. But, like, here, like, Carl just sort of knows what's up on Fight Wisely, you know, like... Knows how to, like, hit high priority targets, knows how to use the stave, knows when to heal. It's good. Alright, is this a... Nope, not a goodie there. Not a goodie here. Up there? Cross, okay. Alright, so we've got cave to explore. Forehand. Like here, you know? Yeah, 4 of them. Wiggle, wiggle. Okay. Time to go to that island on Superior that you can only go to when it's frozen over.
How about you?
I probably should burn against this foe. It's probably worth it to be spending the flying kick. Okay. Welcome to Cave of the Lake. Okay. We don't leave empty-handed, but we can't go in. The prince does not have authority. Okay. Tiger. I think the proper answer is go ask your mom. How old do you think the prince and princess are supposed to be? I take the main trio to be like young adults, old teens. Erdrick was 16 when Erdrick went on their journey in Dragon Quest 1. And I feel like our trio is maybe a little older than that. Like, again, like older teens. I think the princess is like 12. The Princess of Cannock, Matilda. I think she's... Oh, yeah, old enough to be out on their own, but not old enough to know better. Like, she will do fine out on her own, and but she is also child. That's my... Hey, level 9, okay. No MP. Oh, we are gonna need to eat so many Slio snacks. Look at that HP, though. We're almost breaking triple digits, and we're not even level 10 yet. Like, we might break it at the next one if, like, we get a good roll on stamina. Ooh, Helm Splitter. Okay. You know, I probably should have visited the gate before we came out here, because, like, that makes that a zoom location. Like, everything you go to is a zoom location once you enter it. In the HD-2D games. But yeah, like, I don't see us as much older than Erdrick when they were, like, 16, a kid. Ooh! Forest. Antidote, Dazzle Me Not. Thorn Whip! Ooh, who gets that? Who can equip Thorn Whip? Thorny Thong can hit a whole bunch of baddies at once. That's -1 attack on the Chain Sickle, but hits a group. Like this.
I feel a frost coming.
What a nice thing to find. Yeah, all right. Extreme upgrade. That rock? No, this rock. Okay. Wow, Thorn Whip is a nice upgrade for... I looked at the wiki to see if they had ages listed. They don't, but I found this. Slime Plushie Prince of Cannock .webp. Is this, if I click on this, is this going to be a slime, but it is like green and has like, no, it's a slime. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me just do this. You always keep a tab ready for this reason. Uh-huh. Yeah. That's very cute. There are slimes for the rest of the party? Yes, good, okay. Alright, we found a... Hello. A whimper boomerang, off mightier than a blade. always figured Matilda was 14 because she reminds you of Kryl from 5. Kryl at 14 is much older. I always thought of Kryl from 5 as similarly like 11-ish. Child. Is there a goodie here? I guess maybe, so the thought process then is maybe I think Galoof is too young, right? Because in my mind, I think like Kryl is younger because Galoof is like 60s, but like Galoof is probably like mid-70s. Galoof, like, proper old, right? This can't just be a person. Galoof is stated at 60. Okay. In my head, I had Galoof at like 65. That was my Galoof. I really. Yeah, Kryl in 14 is a scholar and a lady, like. I'm just someone who tells me about. Of course Kelger has a last name. Why wouldn't Kelger have a last name? I think a lot about Kelger having a record keeper kit. We're gonna be here for a little while. I think a lot about Zezad having a record keeper kit. Kelger was sweet in record keeper. Like, Blink Ninja was really strong. Ninja in either way, either like the piercing ninja or Blink Ninja, like, hit really hard. I just don't believe you. I don't believe you. There can't be nothing. There might be nothing. Yeah, do you think Matilda has Snoop? I feel like Matilda has Snoop. I'm able to make that tree. Check out this magic spell I can cast on a tree from an angle. She's the snoopiest character we've seen, yeah. Alright, the best part is that I've probably walked like an inch from wherever it is, whatever it is, like 4 times. I will absolutely give up Snoop for getting to carry around Gwaelin. Having Gwaelin had like so many scenes? Oh, it was great. And then like her actually being able to actively act in combat? Not like full, but like, yeah. Alright, yeah, if you want to point me in a direction, I will accept being pointed in a direction. Or if there's just nothing here. The thing is, if there's nothing here, like, that's maybe the greatest curse, right? Like, I would... Alright. Howdy, everybody. Newbie, thanks for the raid. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We have just started up Dragon Quest II HD-2D, and we've got Slio and Carl. We just had the princess in our party for a little bit, but she had to take off. And so we're kind of exploring up here on our way to Moonbrook. I can't believe there's nothing there. We need to hit you. But yeah, hope you had a great stream. Hey everybody, welcome to Dragon Quest Wednesday. This is on Wednesday. I've been playing through Dragon Quests for the last few years now. With the release of HD 2D 1 and 2, we started playing through these. We just finished Builders last week, if you want to catch those. But hope you'll stick around. Hope you'll follow and see when things are going, or just be here and have a good time with what we got going on here. We're gonna head to... Let's actually head over to Cannock. Then we gotta buy a Chimera Wing, because we're down to 1. Tantagel in Builders was absolutely a waste. That was the most waste the waste could be. But yeah, if you've played 2 before, but you haven't played HD-2D 2, the first biggest change we had was, well, for one, Slio, the prince of Midenhall, has abilities, because we've introduced those. We are still the strongest. We are still... no spells, we are still hitting for damage and nothing else. But we do have a little bit more to augment that. But we also got to have Matilda here. Matilda here was in Dragon Quest II, all the original releases, but you basically get like 3 or 4 lines with her where she talks about like finding the prince. But here she's she's her own full character and forcibly joined the party for a short while so that we could find the prince. She's pretty great. A couple people in town have been talking about her adventures, where she was lying in a poison bog trying to become immune to poison. She runs around the castle all the time, very much on adventures. Not in the party at the moment. I figure with a named character who's on the box, we'll see her later, but for now, our current bit is we are heading to Moonbrook. The Kingdom of Moonbrook, down in that dang swamp, was attacked by Hargon, and we need to go see if there's any survivors, including our cousin, so... It's been fun. The fact that Carl, the Prince of Cannock, Matilda, and all the kings all have, like, lines, and we talk and go over things is very cool. Ah, Carl 9. That is Carl, the Boss Carl. Boss Carl, who has almost as much MP as HP. Oh, and Evac, sure. Evac kind of doesn't have a purpose in a game with, like, Zoom. I didn't buy another... Okay. I didn't buy a new Chimera... Oh! Okay. Things went very badly here. We're not, like, we got the note to give us passage, but I thought we were just gonna head south, but no, we've added a little bit more here. It's gonna be interesting seeing what changes as we go through, added pieces to the puzzle. You know, maybe making us go to different places, or... The power to extract dampness from even the soggiest of sogginesses. The Moonbrook Guard did an incredible job. I feel terrible for his brother, but my god, he is a hero. You know? Yeah, like Marathon, the runner from Marathon. Okay. So I talked about this earlier, but you can turn off abilities for, like, I just have you know, Carl on Fight Wisely, and that's been good, but, like, we can change that. Damn. I did talk earlier about the reason you carry 2 wings is because sometimes you'll forget to buy the second one, but you won't do it twice. Hello. Shrine of Flame. Slio snack. Durkander Guard. Okay. The rain doth fall and the wind doth blow. This is a really cool, like, visual change to this shrine, right? Like, these shrines in 2, you really didn't use. They were like, you used them once to get to a specific place, but, like, you really didn't use much because, like, you had travel by that point. You don't get very many remakes with this much freedom to change things. It is really interesting to see, like, widespread changes like this. That, like, getting to take the base and adding so much on top of it, I think, is super important. Huh. I probably don't want to fight anything here. That's probably a good way to get myself killed. How bad could it be? Well, what's like the worst that happened? What's like the worst that would happen out here? Like, what? We heard about a traveler beset by fiends. You know, if I were... Wow, that place is super on theme, huh? Okay. Well. A group of dragonflies. Alright, we're gonna... I'm on follow orders, thanks. How bad could it be? How bad could it be? A coffin. How bad could it be? How bad? How bad? How bad? You know what? Carl's alive. That's pretty good, right? That could have been a lot worse. Carl is not dead. West Shrine of Moonbrook, we don't have the key. Okay. Alright, we probably want to head ourselves back to Cannock and maybe take a rest there. It is fairly late. We have a new like scenario here. This wasn't flooded. Like we have like a reason to go to this like this cave. We have a reason we have new bits, which, you know, I love seeing the changes that we have available to us. Like what actually do we add, and what does that add to the game itself? So, alright, first things first, before we forget, we are going to buy two, count them, two Khmer wings. Oh, I still have one held. That's fine. If I try to buy a medicine herb and I try to give it to... Yeah. What? 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 What did you just give me? If you want to try your luck at tomorrow... Oh! I guess we've taken this from... Okay. Yeah, sure. This is our, like, rolly ball thing? Where you get, like, prizes? Yeah. Alright, we have a conversation we gotta have here. Hello. Resurrection, please. Alright. Anyway. as I said, this is going to be our spot to finish. We're going to go ahead and save. And call it a night. It's been a few hours here, so yeah, thank you all for joining. Hope you had a good time. I know I did. I'm really enjoying, like, seeing what we're doing here. We've been going for 3.5 hours, so, like, we're calling it for the night. But yeah, thank you all for joining. If you want to catch more, you can always follow. Wednesdays are Quendays. You can always check out those. The VODs are up on the youtube.com/Slio9. And we'll be going through Dragon Quest II for the next few weeks. Probably a little longer than that, but you know how it is. We'll be going through 2, and then the idea is Builders 2 after that, but Withered World also might come out, like, a little after that. We'll see how, like, timing works out. So, anyway, thank you all for joining. Follow, subscribe, or just hang out and have a good time. Yeah, thank you all for joining. Good night, everybody.